here against one of the best players in the game is going to be quite a feat that Bruho will be carrying on his collar going into this set against Riddles. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure for this one because this is the pool stage. You got to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success throughout the rest of the bracket. You got to give yourself a few good wins here to give yourself the placement necessary to continue on in that invitational as we get towards next part of it tomorrow. So very excited to see what Bruho is bringing to the table. Obviously, Riddles, no stranger to be playing at these high-profile, high-pressure situations. Riddles has been there and done that. The top 8 regular, as it were.
Oh, for sure. In addition, like we've seen these two play against each other relatively recently. Coinbox 100.
Yeah.
A little bit of an online event, so you got the online Johns going if you want. But it went game 3, and Bruho actually forced Riddles off of that Kazuya. Riddles had to bring it back after a Kazuya loss, won the next 2 games with Terry, but they were still very, very close. So I cannot wait to see. We got a little bit of an offline grudge match going. Riddles might have just narrowly eked by that first victory. Now, let's see who's going to take it offline.
That's true, and there's no surprise that we're seeing Terry on the image there. It's like we know that Terry is going to be the secret weapon. This is what helped secure that win for Riddles in that past set. So Bruho's got to be ready for that. Is probably prepared for the Kazuya and could handle that if necessary. But I think the Terry, that's probably what we'll be starting with here.
Anytime you have that secondary in your back pocket and you're familiar with that character, it can give you such a massive advantage in the counterpick wars because you know that Bruho understands Kazuya at an intimate level.
True.
So I would not be surprised to see Riddles stick with the FGCKOF specialty in this Terry.
That is true, and especially since Terry is now everywhere, as it were. Has been firmly implanted into the Street Fighter 6 meta, and now alongside his comrade in Mai Shiranui, we're already seeing how the King of Fighters will continue to put their presence and make it known throughout the metas of not just that game, but this one as well. So
Terry got a couple too many buffs too.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I saw what was it? I think it was like Brian F out there. His Ed got nerfs is out there. It's like I've always been a Terry.
Well, yeah, exactly. Now we're jumping ship. Oh, well, all of a sudden, I love Terry. Who doesn't love Terry?
This character got some buffs, that's for sure. In Smash, character, it's. I'm not sure on this matchup, Nerd. What are you thinking between Terry versus
I mean, it's just
K-Rool?
like anything else in K-Rool. K-Rool has the kill power, but Terry is deceptively heavy.
True.
Right? We got the heft that needs to happen here for Terry to be able to survive some of these big kill options for Bruho. Still, at the same time, like this is a combo heavy character, in Terry. Terry is able to use the combo food property of K-Rool to do whatever he wants sometimes. But still, Bruho is asserting dominance very early in this set. Still trying to set something up here, but no, a quick early spike, very low percent, so not in danger just yet. Bruho's got to do something else here, and that F-tilt might just be enough.
Oh, misses the spike, though. That is exactly what you want to do if you're K-Rool. You're going to want to use those burst options off stage, big hit boxes to cover that horizontal or vertical recovery from this Terry player.
Okay, but you can tell Riddles has seen this song and dance before. Is not going to get caught by that blunderbuss suck option. Not going to get caught there on the ledge. Still having to deal with some of the projectiles in the crown, but a couple scrambles here, and all of a sudden Bruho is swinging for the fences, looking for some big reset with a down air spike, but not going to get it. Still going to get the first stock regardless, and Riddles not far behind himself. Burn Knuckle going to be able to take that one with aplomb.
That's really the problem. These burst options from Terry, it makes it so that every time, if you're K-Rool tossing out these mid-range options, you have to be so careful with your spacing. Otherwise, you might find yourself opened up for 40% or a stock. We're already seeing it right here. What this character can do, Terry only needs one hit to start racking this damage out.
Well, still late hit Nair allows Bruho to kind of just like throw that out and let it just slow fall, just in case Riddles gets too close for comfort, trying to get one of those anti-airs or even air-to-airs. Bruho so far has been doing the right things, using the armored options to tank some of those hits and then keep himself in neutral or potentially win advantage as well. Bruho is making this so hard for Riddles to get anything started, and for a combo heavy character like Terry, obviously that can be a death knell.
Right now, though, we're trying to use those projectiles to force out some kind of an option. Zed goes for the up throw. How do we actually get down? Great use, a little crack shoot right there. I'm taking that. You cannot allow yourself to get intercepted vertically because that up air from K-Rool, a death sentence. That move hits very hard. Speaking of hitting hard,
Yeah, there it is, right in tandem. We're expecting it now because you said something there, Scabs. But, I mean, yeah, we are seeing that, like, Bruho is kind of going for some very linear options. Like, okay, I'm going to go for the blunderbuss and then have one single side covered. But Riddles can simply just disengage, go to the other side, and find himself in a decent spot. Bruho's still looking for these, like, short hop downers and stuff, but that's not going to be survivable even for a heavy character like Rool. So Riddles catching something here like the rising tackle on that platform is very important here. And now we're getting more just because it is a damage tool as well.
Now getting a little bit of that armor, using that nair to break out of disadvantage. We're back to the projectile game. Sit at mid-distance, toss out those slow-moving projectiles, and claim space. How do we land? The up B call out off the top, Bruho. You know, that man, maybe he shouldn't have gone on a diet. It's a holiday season. You need to be eating a little bit more if you want to last through these Terry combo strings.
But he is also, you know, using the double jump, I think, a bit too haphazardly. You know, he's trying to double jump to try to fake out Riddles and try to say, oh, well, you think that I'm going to fast fall and do an aerial or something like that, but what if I just use my resource? Using that resource comes at a price. And, of course, when Riddles is able to get the jump call out like that, we're going to get another great anti-air, and that's going to be the rising tackle to catch him mid-jump. And that's just enough for Riddles to take that first game. Bruho's got to go back to the drawing board here because some of the stuff that he's been looking for is not going to be working here. That might work online, but we can tell that Riddles with the Terry is prepared for this matchup.
It feels as though in this matchup, what you really want to do is play reactive against K-Rool. You do not want to allow the K-Rool player to react to what you're doing, so we're just tossing out a couple of those power waves and forcing Bruho in, and you're seeing that it's not working out particularly well. Edge trapping the name of the game against K-Rool, though. Don't want to get this reversal. Bruho now has the opportunity to respond, but great burn knuckle immediately out of the corner.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Bruho ended up getting a good jump call out for Riddles, but Riddles is definitely recognizing, like, okay, I might have lost a resource, but I can still survive here. Not from that, though. That's crazy. Bruho getting a very, very early stock on Riddles, and that means that he's able to just kind of play back and play that projectile game. And now because he's in the lead, it's going to do him a lot more favors. Riddles taking an early lead in the last game made it so that Bruho couldn't play that campier game. Still, Riddles does have some projectiles that he, you know, can do, or he can just go right up and punch your shield, and that's all good.
Just keep knocking on that door. Eventually, they're going to open it up a little bit of a crack right there. I'm not sure if that was a poke or Bruho was trying to get something aggressive out. Either way, not working out. Up though for 20 damage and a little bit more change with his forward air into the dash attack. These extensions from Bruho are sick, and look at the aggression. Okay. That armor very nearly called out Riddle's option and took the stock.
But that's why Crack Shoot, I think, is such a viable alternative for some of the normal neutral interactions for Riddles here. I think that he's able to use it as a burst option, as a good hitbox that can hit both times, 2 different times. But another early stock, and Bruho is starting off so strong in game number 2. We've got a 2-to-1 lead, lower percents for Rool. He's still got some longevity here, Scabs.
I mean, that returning crown, anytime you get hit by that, that's like a frame 60 option. It's one of those where you cannot challenge it. We're seeing it again. Riddles is just too confident in his hitboxes, and Bruho just has the response. But again, the burst option from Terry, silencing that rally, kind of putting Bruho on notice that just because you get a little bit of confidence doesn't mean, like, I'm not going to have an answer after you hit me with the same thing 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, but 4 or 5 times, sometimes not enough. Riddle's going to keep rinsing and repeating if necessary, but Bruho gets a nice scramble here, ends up calling out an air dodge very effectively with the up air, but yeah, you can tell Riddles is not playing this projectile game. He's just going to have the fishing for the parries that he needs to get himself the frame advantage to go right back in. He's not going to deal with the crown. He's just going to sit there and wait for his opportunity. And Bruho is making it difficult, but Riddles will find his chance to go in. Just give him the towel. Oh, wait a second!
The crown yet again. But this time the DI was on point. Hits it again, and then the dash attack to cover the landing. Mix upon mix from Bruho. The man is in the kitchen. He is cooking today.
Nice. All right, we got the pan nice and hot, and I'm feeling like we are in a good spot for Bruho. He's got the resets. He's got the opportunities. He's forcing Riddles into these panic options early in the set, which does not bode well because Riddles needs to have that longevity throughout the set. We are in a very, very tense situation where Bruho is now swinging at the Terry that he lost to in the last set.
I mean, real talk, what you need to do if you are Riddles is take a deep breath and pause and consider why you lost there. The reason why you lost, you got hit 4 times with returning crown. That projectile is so slow, and the returning animation is so telegraphed that you need to recognize, instead of challenging it, parry it. walk forward, shield, drop shield, and get the parry on it, or jump over it, or run up and grab the K. Rool. You cannot be trying to toss out these aggressive hitboxes. Terry's grab game, not the best in the FGC staff, but you got to use what tools you have available here.
That's true, but he is fishing for the parries, as I mentioned. You know, he's trying to do the quick shielding, the dash shielding, but it's always like the follow-up, it's the returning crown. He sometimes gets a little bit tunnel vision, so okay, well, you know, I've shielded this out, it should be no problem. But the returning crown is a different thing, and sometimes if you let your guard down, it can be a real issue. But we're taking it to Town and City, which is a longer stage with close blast zones on the sides. This is going to make it really dangerous because at 105, K. Rool is already in danger of dying here off the side to the Burn Knuckle, and we can tell that that's the MO for Riddles right now. Just take him off the side and try to get an early kill. Negate the heft that K. Rool is bringing to the table.
But we're seeing already that K. Rool can struggle if your opponent doesn't do anything. 2 or 3 times in a row, Riddles sat there, shielded the crowns, could not get a combo starter, and finally Riddles managed to land that back air. How do you actually get rid of this stock, though?
I really don't know, because at 82%, you still got more work to do. Like 24% is already starting to rack up as well. We're getting another Burn Knuckle. Great combos and conversions here from Riddles. He's starting to rinse and repeat again. He's starting to build on the things that are working. You know, you can tell he's just going to go with a simpler option. He's going to get himself a jump out of that dash attack. Could be a potential danger, because that dash attack, in the same way that Burn Knuckle is, will kill off the side very early here on TNC.
In the corner, actually not even stuck in the corner, just get the man out of this area. All of a sudden, the angle on that down tilt, perfect positioning.
Definitely, but the jump crown still going to be good. This time, Terry going to be able to muscle his way through and not worry about the returning crown. That's a way for Riddles to kind of bypass that inevitable punish. And now we do it with the grab and the throw as well, using the iframe so effectively. Riddles is prepared for this one in game number 3. So far, so good. Lots of pressure on the shield as well. We can force out a shield poke or potentially a break if we look for something, but at 0%, we're not going to have the power geyser and some of the bigger options that we need, so we still have to back off when necessary. You cannot go too hard, otherwise it will create a vulnerability.
Great call out on the standard get up with the dash attack, trying to go for the spike, not going to work out. Instead, low recovery, very nearly getting 2-frame right there.
Yeah.
Re-grab in this situation, I'm not sure what
Bruho's
doing.
Not a second time. No way, you get a little bit too greedy there, and this time you're not going to snap to ledge immediately. Riddles is going to take you for a ride if you're not careful here, but still, we've got a nice little follow-up here with the up air reversed as well, trying to get the DI mix up, but not going to happen here on TNC high ceiling, so still not a great option, but that will be almost enough, but we got the go moves too.
I thought he was going to get that
How
inhale.
did he not get sucked up there?
Also, 181, by the way, for Bruho. You talk about the heft that this character has. Finally losing his stock around 200%. And you know what? If I'm Bruho, I'm not too disappointed that I only had a little bit of a lead right there.
Right, a little bit of extra credit as well. So we still have some work to do here. Going to fall right down and not really go for so much. I appreciate that Bruho is trying to look for any kind of cheese option to try to mess with Riddles, but Riddles is patient as ever.
The crown is on the ground, though. No, Riddles didn't pick it up. I thought he was going to try to get a landing air to grab that crown. That is a transcendent projectile. You want to grab that and take that option away from K. Rool. It does get the inhale, fires him off stage into the interception with a forward air. Has to do it again. He was trying to get the turnaround back air. Bruho just ever so slightly too slow. Gets the forward air instead, and that's a victory. Bruho 2-1.
Now you can tell Riddle's starting to panic a little bit more, especially in the corner there. The early crack shoot did him no favors in that last scramble. He showed his hand too early, and sometimes you got to keep with your cards close to the chest. So unfortunately, Bruho is going to wait for that option and had the patience necessary to capitalize. So another game win for him. And Riddles, what do we do? Do we go to Kazuya? No, we stick with the Terry. Going to be interesting to see what happens in Game 4, because that was Riddle's game to win, but Bruho slowly but surely brought it back.
And we're back to this stage too. Like, real talk, I think this is one of K. Rool's best stages. The platforms have just given so much tricky options in the corner. You saw it time and time again where Bruho was able to get out of the corner and use these platforms to his advantage. Use the edge to his advantage, very nearly landing that down air too.
He get that off the burn knuckle as well. Back air going to be the ultimate option, the catch-all, and now we get some quick resets into an empty easy landing into dash attack. That's not enough, though. Riddles still putting on the hurt, and at 105, there it is. I was just waiting for it to happen, and yeah, the DI is not helping Bruho there, but the Power Geyser comes out clean, and that's just enough for Riddles to take it off that platform.
I mean, even beyond the DI, in that position, you just shouldn't be challenging that. Does get the down tilt, bury into the down smash, easy combo confirm at that percentage as well. Like, that berry lasts forever.
Yeah. Still, you can tell Bruho trying to shark a little bit more, giving a lot of respect to the returning crown this time. Riddle's not going to be playing that game, but the armor is so detrimental for Terry. He's a combo character. He needs his hit confirms, but the armor makes it so much harder. And
Bruho,
what are you going for, bro? Like, you are crazy for that.
I mean, every now and then, if you're a heavy man, you just gotta let the folks know. It's like, you're gonna crack shoot or burn knuckle out of the corner. No, I'm not gonna let it happen.
Here comes the giant fish. He's just waiting for it. Like, bro, he's just waiting. All right, but the quick nair, that's going to be enough here, and waiting for the down air. I don't know if reversing it was the option here, but it can poke through that thin ledge, so it is an option here, and Bruho still takes the stock, but not far behind is Riddles. We are still getting our burn knuckles confirmed.
Yeah, and this is a do-or-die situation here for Riddles. You do not want to have your loss in pools be to a low-tier hero, but Bruho out here got the entire crowd cheering for him, and we're seeing why. Look at this aggression. How does Terry get down? Finally gets a lingering hitbox.
Well, and that's okay, because, again, we're 1% away from the go moves being active, and that is the time for Bruho to recognize that he could nip this in the bud immediately. Still, not going to get the confirm into the rising tackle, so we still have more work to do. The platform's making it harder for Riddles to get out of this one. He's got the berry, he's got the dash attack, and that's going to be it. Bruho takes it over Riddles.
Call this man the thickness with the quickness, using that big body and letting the folks know that he is here to play. That dash attack covered so much, if you pop out of the berry, you're still getting smacked by it.
And there's nothing you can do in that situation. You felt it snowball after interaction, and Bruho gets the resets necessary to take